This is the Pimax Crystal Super, a high-end PCVR headset with big field of view and very high resolution. I've been able to test it extensively and can show you a full review today. In the description you will find a coupon link if you want to order the headset. My name is Thomas and you're watching VoodooDE VR. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Okay guys, let's do a quick unboxing. I have to tell you that this is already a used Pimax Crystal Super by Pimax themselves. They used it for a showcase, so it was already open, so don't wonder about this. So let's open this. Here we have a cleaning cloth. Then we have the controllers. Look at this. Here we go. Here are the controllers. Ha! Then, what do we have here? Let's put the headset away first. Here we have the two charging cables, USB-A to USB-C for the controllers. Then we have the power adapter and the adapters for the countries. For example, this is Europe and so on. We can put it here. And then, of course, the cable. This goes to the headset, and then we have USB-A and display port, and the power plug goes here in this adapter. That's cool. So yeah, let's see the headset. Here's the headset, and look at this. You can see that it's smaller than the other headsets from Pimax. We have the buttons here. We have the cameras for inside-out tracking. Here, USB-C and adapter ports. We can remove the optical unit. I will show it to you later in the review. Look at this. And we have the top strap here, the wheel. We have the SMAS audio, but you will also be able to buy the DMAS. Very interesting. Look at the lenses. Yeah, so guys, this was the unboxing and let's check out the rest of the review. Okay guys, let's talk about the setup. So here we have a version of the Pimax Play Tool. This is how it's called. Yeah, it's not the release version. They sent it to me before release. And as you can see, the Pimax Crystal Super is activated. The screen is off because it's here on the floor and I don't use it right now, so it says screen off. The controllers are not connected. We have the headset is itself as a base station because we use inside-out tracking with the cameras, but optional you can use a Lighthouse faceplate and then connect it to Lighthouse tracking. So we have a quick setup here, guidance. We can start SteamVR. We can do room settings, so to have our play area. We can set controllers. We can restart the servers. We can restart the headset. And this is very interesting here. We have the headset settings. But don't be afraid, there are a lot of settings, but you could also still just connect it and then install Pimax Play and then start SteamVR in the standard settings. It also works, but here you can do a lot of settings. For example, you can check for firmware update. You have some informations here. You see I have the 50 ppd QLED display. We have room lighting frequency. We have a refresh rate. I set it to 90 Hertz. Screen timeout, brightness, light bar color. you can change the color of the front. You can deactivate eye tracking and auto IPD adjustment. You can calibrate the eye tracking. Wearing location reminder, I can switch that off. Then we can set auto IPD, but we can also set it manually. So if you have 65 and then it's settings, then he's doing like bzzz, and doing the motors in the right position of the headset. That's pretty cool. But for me, I have something like 95 to 60. No. And then, oh, sorry. Then we have the handle vibrate adjust for the feedback gesture analog controller, or we can simulate it as index controllers. We can set everything for different games here, or the render quality to low, medium, high. We can also set Pimax OpenXR quad views, priority rendering. That's dynamic four-weighted rendering, crazy. Then we have the overall preference. I set it to balanced, but we can also go for quality and performance. Here we can activate different things like smart smoothing, lock to half frame rate if you have a very low performance PC, hidden area mask wipe compatibility, and also some color options, contrast and brightness. Here general settings, so the OpenXR runtime is set to Pimax OpenXR. And here audio device, home environment I set to off. Then we have advanced. You can also set soft IPD. That's interesting. We can activate Passthrough, or we can even deactivate the chaperone. That's also interesting. And set some hotkeys or motion compensation. So a lot of settings here right now, but you don't need all of them. You can also just play. That's crazy. Yeah, guys, so that's the software. Install it, and then you get it. But as I said, it's not the final version. It's a pre-release version that they sent me. So later they will have a different version, but these functions will be pretty similar. Let's talk about design, comfort, weight, and cable length. So yeah, for design, as you can see, this is I would say a standard Pimax headset with this V form. Here you can see it with all the other Pimax headsets as well, here and there. But when you look how big it is, I mean, it looks like a hammerhead here. It's very, very big. And this one is smaller, finally. They made it smaller, and that's really good. So it's a little bit more comfortable and not so extremely front heavy, but still. So I put it on my head with a screw here, and then the top strap here. And I mean, it's okay. It's definitely a good head strap. It's comfortable, but I mean, when you compare it to the tiny headsets like the Big Screen Beyond 2 or Megan X Super Lite 8K, they are much more comfortable and lighter, of course. But still, I would say I tried it for longer sessions, and still for people that want like racing or flight simulations, it's fine to play like 2-hour sessions, in my opinion at least. It's okay. By the way, the weight is 881 gram with the SMAS audio straps. That's heavier than most headsets, but still okay because of the good head strap here. The cable is 5 meters long. That's okay. I wish it was like 1 meter more for my play space, but still it's okay. It's not so flexible. I wish it would be more flexible. I think there is an optional cable that is more flexible, but I don't know. I will ask them. I will put a link in the description below if there is another cable. All in all, I would say it's okay. It's a comfortable headset, but they are better ones when we talk about comfort. I mean, it's better than before, but still a little bit bulky, to be honest. Okay, let's talk about the display. It's very important with a VR headset. So we have a QLED and mini LED display with a resolution of 3840 by 3840. We have a 90 Hz mode, a 72 Hz mode, and a experimental 100 Hz mode. We also have local dimming 2.0. So I tried it, and it's really great. The display is awesome. We have an awesome screen door effect. We have no screen door effect, let's say it. Yeah, we don't see the pixels, absolutely not. I also didn't see any distortion or so at the edges. Everything was clear. Okay, we don't have an OLED display. That means the colors are okay, but not as clear like with an OLED display. For example, the Big Screen Beyond 2 or Megan X Super Lite, they have OLED that's colors better. And also the black levels. they are better with OLED displays. But in the Pimax Crystal Super, we have local dimming 2.0. That means black areas can be dimmed. And that looks better then. So it's pretty good, better than an LC without local dimming, but still OLED is better. I could read text really good, no problem, because of the high resolution. The brightness is great. It's really great. You can see everything very bright if you like it, but you can also adjust it, of course. So the display is insane. But now I want to show you something that's really rare with VR headsets. So do you see this small like sliders here? You can put them here and then here. And look what I can do now. That's insane. We can remove the complete optical unit and then replace it with another one. For example, there will be a micro OLED version or so. And this is, like, I would say it's just the case. The tracking system, sound and I think also the microphone, I'm not sure. And also the head strap and all the stuff. It's included here. And we only have the lenses and the optical unit. And you can just snap it back. Of course, I removed the facial interface to show it to you. So that's great. That's a really nice modular headset, so you don't have to buy everything. I mean, of course, the optical unit is the most expensive one, but still, you don't have to buy and replace the rest. That's a really nice step by Pimax. So all in all, the display is great. It's amazing. I don't have any problems with that. Just really good. Okay, let's talk about the lenses. First, I want to show you the lenses. Look at this. They are really clear, right? Really nice lenses. Pretty big as well. So we have 50 pixel per degree in this version here, as I said. And the lenses are called single element glass aspheric lenses. So perhaps you remember that I've been on the XR hardware showcase and I could try it for 1 hour. And there I reported about that I couldn't find the sweet spot so good. I had to arrange it on my head very, very precise. But now, when I get used to it for a longer time, it was much easier and much better. So I found the sweet spot very fast. And it's not a problem for me so much, to be honest. Also the edge-to-edge clarity, where you can see on your whole vision, that you can see it very clear, was also not a problem. I tried a glare test, and yes, you can still see glare. It's very hard to remove that from lenses. It's nearly impossible. But when you compare it, for example, to the Valve Index, there is a lot of glare, but this one was really minimal, so absolutely fine. However, what I still saw, like in my first test, my quick test, 1 hour, chromatic aberration. So that's on the edges of your view, on the edges of some objects, for example, black to white steps. Then you can see like rainbow colors or something like that, I would say. That's chromatic aberration. And this was pretty bad in the test tool, at least. Still, I hope they can fix it somehow. But however, in the game, it was not a big problem still. So that's one thing I have to mention. Binocular overlap or 3D stereo overlap. That's where you can see the same picture with both eyes. Or if you don't have 100%, you see like 70% of the left eye with your right, of the left display with your right eye, of the left picture with your right eye, and vice versa. The bigger the binocular overlap, the better. And this is an advantage with this big form factor. So we have a bulky headset, but that means we have big displays, and we have better binocular overlap with also big field of view, and that's very good. Smaller headsets like the Big Screen Beyond 2 or Megan X Superlight 8K, they have a worse binocular overlap because they have very tiny displays. Yeah, and then you lose some of the binocular overlap or 3D stereo overlap. That's it. But with the Pimax Crystal Super, it's fine, absolutely great. So all in all, the lenses are great and the visuals are also good. Besides the chromatic aberration that I saw in the test tool. Let's talk about my favorite topic, field of view. For me personally, it's one of the most important things in a VR headset, especially because I have a strange head shape. My eyes are very far inside my head and that causes a very low field of view for me. I will show you a table now or a list with field of view values, and guys, it's very important to know that these are my individual values for my head shape, my eye shape, my shape of everything. And you will have different values. You will likely have higher values than me. So here is the list. And as you can see, the Pimax Crystal Super has a very high field of view for me. It's vertical 100° and horizontal 124°. And this is insane. For my head shape, this is very, very good. And this with this ultra high resolution. So I tested other headsets with also very good resolution, like the Megan X Superlight 8K, that is tiny and very light, but it has a very, very small field of view. And that's a problem for me. So with the Pimax Crystal Super, you have also a very high resolution, but also a very high field of view. Yeah, but then you have a bulky headset and a higher weight. So this is everything has advantages and disadvantages. I'm not sure if any day in the future there will be a headset that has high resolution, high field of view, and it's also light and stuff. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. But every headset has advantages and disadvantages. However, the field of view of the Pimax Crystal Super is very good. Okay guys, let's talk about performance. So I will not show you the frames per second or so, because it doesn't make sense. Everybody has another PC, another CPU from Intel, AMD, or even another graphics card from NVIDIA, AMD, and so on. So it doesn't make sense. And they even have thousands of models. So I have a 14900K CPU by Intel and an RTX 4090, and everything was smooth. No problems at all. And also you have a lot of settings. If you don't have a powerful PC, go back to my setup that I showed you, and there you see all the settings. For example, if you have a very weak PC, you can go for half frame rate, and then it fakes every second picture, and then you have a smooth and clear picture with a low performance PC. That's also great. You can even set the standard settings to performance instead of medium or quality. That's also nice. Then you can save a lot of performance as well. So they have a lot of integrated features to play around with the performance and the quality. Also, very important, we have included eye tracking. That means we can use dynamic foveated rendering. Only where we look, everything is rendered in full resolution and the rest not. And that means we can save even more performance. It's only, of course, possible with games that support it. For example, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will support it very soon with dynamic foveated rendering. So it's clear that the hardware inside the Pimax Crystal Super with the dynamic foveated rendering, also the software has a lot of settings for playing around with performance. That's really awesome. Watching movies. So many people will ask me, can you do a category with every review if you can watch movies with the headset? Yes, of course you can watch movies with the Pimax Crystal Super. I tried it. There's also a test tool where you can check a scene and that looks good. It's okay, colors and everything is good, but it's no OLED display. That means the colors are not so good and the black levels are not so good as with OLED display. That's fact. But the main thing is the headset is too bulky. It's just too big too bulky and too heavy for watching movies comfortable. Also, when I lie down, I have this head strap here and I cannot lie down. I don't want to lay on this head strap. So that's a problem with that. So in my opinion, it's not a good idea to watch movies with the Pimax Crystal Super. Let's talk about controller and tracking. So I will show you the controller here again. Look at this. They are pretty big, right? They have the grip button, trigger button, A, B, Pimax button, and a menu button. They have vibration functions, of course. And yeah, they are good in the hands, but to be honest, they are pretty old, I would say, because they have this ring here. Yeah, it's like very bulky. When you compare it to the MetaQuest 3 controllers, they are so small and handy and much better without this ring and so on. Feels better. So yeah, that's the thing. The controllers are pretty old. But to be honest, normally when you buy a PCVR headset, you have to buy base stations or controllers or so for $600 additional to the headset. And with this headset, you already have the controllers. You can play everything. And the tracking is pretty good. Of course, behind the back it doesn't work because it's scanned by the cameras. But still, you can play everything with it pretty good. So no problem here. The headset itself has 1, 2, 3, 4 cameras and can track itself. You don't need any base stations. That's pretty good and very easy to set up then. That's good. The tracking was no problem. You can remove the faceplate and later you can adjust or buy a lighthouse faceplate. Optional, and then the tracking is even better, and then you can also use like index controllers or full body tracking and so on. So the headset is very modular. You can go for lighthouse tracking or just use the included tracking, no problems. Let's talk about games and compatibility. So this is a PCVR headset, and that means it's connected via cable to your PC. So you will not be able to play like standalone games, but all SteamVR games can be played with the Pimax Crystal Super and even OpenXR games. So for example, you can play the Microsoft Flight Simulator without starting SteamVR directly with the Pimax Play tool. That's really great because it can save performance. So OpenXR stuff works. Also all modded stuff like Unreal Engine Injector and all the things you can do with this headset. It's very, very nice. It's very compatible to all the games, and yeah, with the software you can start it directly out of it. Really great and no problems. Let's talk about accessories. So the Pimax Crystal Super has a lot of options. For example, as I told you, you can replace the whole optical unit. You can go for the OLED module if you like. Later, and there's one with bigger lens, bigger field of view and so on. And then you can replace the whole front unit. This is the old one from the Pimax Crystal Lite, but it looks like the same but smaller. You can replace the front plate, and then you have lighthouse tracking. That means you can use the index controllers, the best controllers on the market still. They are really good. And you can also use full body tracking then, for example with the Vive trackers. You can put them on your knees, on your feet, and then you have your full avatar in virtual reality for VR chat, for example. So there's a lot of accessories and options that you can use for the Pimax Crystal Super. Great. IPD adjustment. So they have a very good solution here. So they have integrated motors where you can adjust the IPD. And this happens via eye tracking. That means when you put the headset on your head, it scans your eyes and then adjusts the motors and the lenses to your correct position. That's great. The range is from 58 to 72 millimeters. And that works. That's really great. But you can also adjust it manually in the software. So you just enter the value and then hit set, and then the motors go in the right position. That's great. But with the eye tracking, you can not only do IPD adjusting, but also dynamic forwarded rendering. So that's absolutely great. Removable parts and cleaning. So as I already showed you, you can disassemble the whole headset. You can remove the display unit here. Then you can remove the straps with this screw here. You can remove the audio straps. You can remove the back here. You can Also, of course, yeah, the facial interface you can always remove, and then you even have like Velcro strap here, and you can use another face cover. That's also great. Yeah, so everything can be removed, and also you can clean it very good here. And also the display unit can be cleaned very good because you can just remove it. So this is great, absolutely modular. Passthrough and mixed reality. So perhaps you've seen some mixed reality games on my channel with other headsets. For example, the MetaQuest 3. Mixed reality is where you have virtual objects in your real environment and with color pass-through and 3D and stuff. But the Pimax Crystal Super cannot do that. It doesn't work. It has no mixed reality features. It has a pass-through. For example, when you use the room setup, then you can see a real environment, but that's a very low resolution, and also it's black and white. So Pimax is absolutely not into mixed reality. You cannot use it. Test with glasses. So I have very big sunglasses here, and let's try it. So put it here and then down and then tighten. So absolutely no problem. The glasses fit perfect under the headset, and I don't feel any pressure or so. It's great. Only thing, I have a very big glasses here, and then I have a little bit of reflections here, but that's not a big problem. However, you can also use prescription lenses that you snap on the lenses. I don't have them yet, but as soon as I have them, I will do a review. But I will also put the link to the prescription lenses in the description in this video. And normally I get some coupon codes, so you can save a little bit. So make sure to check that out. However, people wearing glasses, that's no problem. Let's talk about connectors. So what can you connect to the Pimax Crystal Super? I will show it to you. So on the bottom we have this USB-C connector here. You see that? Here you can connect like accessories, perhaps even a hand tracking module later or so. Then here we have another USB-C. You see that here in this hole. Then here we have 3.5mm audio jack. This is the connector for the display cable. And yeah, then of course inside this one we can remove the optical unit, we can remove the faceplate and connect another one, we can remove the audio and put another one. So there's a lot of stuff. Some new headsets don't even have a 3.5mm audio jack, but the Pimax Crystal Super has everything, and that's pretty good. Let's talk about sound and microphone. So in this headset, what I have here, I have the standard audio strap, the SMAS, and of course the sound is not so good. You can hear everything, you can play with it and so on, but it's not perfect. For me, I'm not a sound enthusiast, so this is enough for me. For me, it's better than if there would be nothing, because I don't like to have my own over-ear headphones. It's just nothing for me. So this is okay, but there's also the DMAS headphones that you can connect to this. And if you pre-order this headset before May 1st, 2025, you get them for free. That's very interesting. So you can remove this part here, there's a screw, and then you can remove the SMAS and then connect the DMAS. And they are, like with the Valve Index, they are flying over your ear, and they are much better than this one. And then the sound is really great. But the Pimax Crystal Super also has integrated microphones, and I made a test with it, so let's hear that. This is the microphone test with the Pimax Crystal Super. So let's scream a little bit here, and let's talk normal. Let's do some blowing sounds, and also some popping sounds, pop, 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 pop. Looking forward to the results. So let's be honest, that doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good. I mean, you don't hear the popping or blowing wind sounds, but the voice quality is not really good. And this is strange because older Pimax headsets, the Crystal Lite, had better microphones. So I'm pretty sure this is a software bug or something like that. You know, I don't have the final software, so I think they can. And I hope they will fix it. I will ask them again, but for now the microphone quality is pretty bad. But please, guys, check out the description. Perhaps at the date I'm allowed to release this video, it's already fixed. I'm not sure. Please check out the description. If there is some changes, I will put them in the description. But for now, the microphone is not good, but the sound, including the DMAS, is really good. Let's talk about the price. So Pimax has a I would say not a normal price structure, because you can like do a test with the Pimax Crystal Super. That means you will pay like $999 and then you will get the headset. You have 14 days to test it and then you can send it back, you get the money back, or you pay it in like monthly payment, monthly rates, or you can pay the other $700 then in one piece. You can decide how you do that. That's strange, but I mean, why not? If you pre-order it, as I said, until May 1st, 2025, you get a top strap additional for free, the DMAS sound headset, and shipping for free. And then when you go via my coupon code in the description, you can save some other bucks. That's really good. So we can save a little bit. So the price of $1,700. When you compare it to other headsets, for example, the X-Tal is thousands and thousands and $10,000s of dollars. Then Apple Vision Pro, even the Megan X is more expensive, I think. Also the Big Screen Beyond 2, when you order the base stations and the controllers, is the same price. So I think it's a good standard price for a high-end PCVR headset. Yeah, that's what I can tell you about this. Okay guys, we talked a lot about this headset. So let's come to a conclusion. Advantages and disadvantages. Let's start with the advantages. Of course, the display. The display is perfect with this headset. It's great. It has a very high resolution. You don't see any screen door effect. When you sit in the cockpit of a plane or so, you don't even have to go closer to the buttons to see them. They are very clear. You can see them just right from your pilot seat. Very great. Absolutely nice. Then the lenses, they are very clear. Absolutely nice lenses with very less of glare. There's nearly no glare, and also nice edge-to-edge clarity. No distortion and so on. I love the lenses. What I also love, especially for my head shape, the field of view. It's very big field of view, and this is important, for example, for digital combat simulator, when you just have to move your head a little bit to see what's happening around you. For example, big field of view is always good. Then the headset is modular. And that's also great. You can connect Lighthouse faceplate to use full body tracking or index controllers. You can attach another sound system. You can even remove the whole display unit later to change to OLED display. Wow, that's great. Then we have integrated eye tracking. That's also great for auto IPD and dynamic foveated rendering. So we can save performance and so on. Really nice. But we also have some disadvantages. Of course, I mean, it's still very bulky, right? It's very heavy. When you compare it, for example, to the Megan X Super Light 8K, that's so tiny, yeah? Or the Big Screen Beyond 2 is even smaller. And then this is still a bulky headset. It's heavy and bulky. You need to know that. But still, it's comfortable, so yeah. Then, at least in some test tools, I saw chromatic aberration, the rainbow colors at the edges of the view and so on. That's something I noticed. They can fix that with different profiles, I think. But for now, with this version of the software and firmware version, I still see it, but in the games, it's not a big problem. And the microphone, at least in this current headset that I have with the current pre-setup version, the microphone is really bad. So that's I can't understand that. I think they will fix it. I'm pretty sure. Check out the description, as I said. And something that many people don't care about, but I'm a big fan of mixed reality games. But the Pimax Crystal Super has no mixed reality functions. That's it. So who should buy it now, guys? I mean, it's pretty clear. We have a headset for PCVR enthusiasts. This is nothing that you just buy in the store and play some casual games like Beat Saber or so. You can do it, but you shouldn't buy it for this. So this headset is for really, I mean, pro apps and pro games like simulators, like Microsoft Flight Simulator, racing simulators, digital combat simulator, something like that, yeah, where you need a nice PC and so on, and need a high resolution. It's really great. And also with a big field of view, it's perfect for people that love digital combat simulator. Really great. Yeah, for beginners, I mean, if you have a very strong PC, if you are a beginner and you have a very strong PC, the best on the market, you don't care about the settings. Just put it on normal stuff and leave everything in standard, and everything should be smooth. Then it's fine. But if you have to struggle with the settings, it's not for beginners. For beginners, I still recommend the Meta Quest 3. Or even 3S if you don't have money, so much money. So, guys, that's it so far. If you have any questions, put it in the description, please, in the comments, of course. And then if you want to buy the headset, please save I think it's $10 or $20 that you can still save when you enter my coupon code and go via my link. And if you do that until May 1st, 2025, you, as I said, still get the top strap, the DMAS audio and free shipping. That's really cool. So make sure to use that link and the coupon code VoodooDE. I hope you liked the video. If yes, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell, and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
VoodooDE